Area forecast discussion, Jacksonville. This evening, scattered showers and thunderstorms continue over northeast Florida and southeast Georgia, though radar shows a trend toward fewer storms after dark. Lingering showers may persist overnight inland, supported by a moist, warm air mass with lows in the mid to upper 70s and a subtle mid-level low over inland Georgia enhancing lift. Aviation-wise, terminals will face scattered convection during peak heating hours, causing potential periods of lowered ceilings and visibility and unpredictable wind shifts. Overnight, skies remain generally clear. Then tomorrow, wind flow shifts southwest around 10 knots, with storms likely leading to flight restrictions. Area forecast discussion, Melbourne. Today brings scattered afternoon and evening storms across the Space Coast and central Florida, with potent updrafts capable of generating frequent lightning, gusts up to 45 miles per hour, and heavy downpours. A moist southeast flow is building midweek, increasing storm coverage. Heat indices will climb to 100 to 106, so hydration and heat safety are critical. The main drivers are abundant low-level moisture and sea breeze boundaries. Afternoon heating produces significant instability, and steep mid-level lapse rates favor robust vertical development. Vertical shear is limited, reducing tornado risk, but strong outflows in stronger storms could induce localized turbulence and wind shear, important for aviation ops. Ceilings mostly remain high, but convective clouds and downbursts could force temporary moderate obscuration, lowering flight restrictions in convective corridors. Area forecast discussion, Tampa. A strong upper-level ridge centered over the Florida peninsula holds through the weekend, suppressing large-scale ascent. However, warm, moist air with total precipitable water from 1.6 to 1.9 inches supports sea breeze-triggered afternoon storms. Today, those storms will be scattered, mainly inland and southwest, with isolated pockets of lower ceilings and visibility and gusty microbursts. Winds will shift from variable near dawn to west-southwest 5 to 10 knots by midday. Marine operations will remain mostly benign, with seas under 2 feet and light winds, except near storms where short-lived gusts and choppy conditions are possible. Aviation forecasts maintain visual flight rules overall, but scattered afternoon storms may produce temporary reductions and erratic winds at regional terminals, especially around Lakeland, Punta Gorda, and Fort Myers. Area forecast discussion, Miami, South Florida. South Florida remains under a moist, unstable southeast flow, enhanced by a stalled front offshore and potential low-pressure development northeast of the region. That pattern sustains unsettled conditions with daily showers and thunderstorms through the weekend. Storms may bring heavy rain, gusty winds, and lightning, and could briefly impact flight conditions at Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach. Wave guidance models remain uncertain on low-pressure timing, but guidance assures a continuation of this pattern. A ridge should rebuild Monday, returning to a typical afternoon thunderstorm routine, favoring western and interior South Florida. Summary of the peninsula's weather. Across Florida today, expect a familiar summer pattern. Moist, unstable tropical air, fed by southeast to southerly flow, interacting with daily sea breeze boundaries and subtle synoptic features. Each region shows scattered afternoon convection, capable of strong downdrafts, gust fronts, frequent lightning, and heavy rain. Aviation will contend with temporary flight restrictions, erratic wind shifts, and occasional low ceilings near storms. Marine conditions are generally calm outside storm zones, though locally hazardous seas and gusts may develop. Heat indices between 100 and 106 degrees exacerbate risk for pilots and meteorological observers working outdoors. Remaining alert for heat stress is essential. Notes. In northeast Florida, overnight convection is influenced by a weak mid-level low over inland Georgia, which supports nocturnal storms beyond classic sea breeze timing. Central Florida sees steep lapse rates and near-saturated low levels driving rapid convective development, while ridge dynamics cap large-scale forcing. In Tampa, the ridge limits vertical extent, but moisture encourages modest storms with microburst potential. In South Florida, synoptic forcing from a stalled frontal zone and possible coastal low amplifies daily instability, making storm development more widespread and intense than elsewhere. Pilots should plan around peak heating hours from early afternoon into early evening. Monitor radar and rapidly changing convective patterns. In particular, watch for gust fronts that can precede main storm cells by hours, shifting winds and ceilings dramatically.